But let's go ahead and dive into Week 8 game picks to wrap up the show for the week. Again, we had a rough one last week. 7-6 for you, 7-6 for me. You can't get these Thursday games right to save your life.
I never can. and it correlates to how I play in fantasy. I don't want anything to do with the Thursday night. I don't like these players playing on short weeks. I think it is the worst thing that has happened in the NFL for football. I don't like Thursday night games. Don't get me wrong. Hear me out. I do like to watch football on Thursday nights.
Yeah.
I don't like Thursday night games for the NFL. I think it is a competitive disadvantage.
You know what I think they should do?
Go ahead, I'm listening.
Take over the weekend. Kick off the weekend. Move it back a day. Make it Friday night football. Because then you get Friday NFL to kick off the week.
Mm-hmm.
You get Saturday college football. And then you get a Sunday full slate of games. And then you have Monday. That's 4 straight days of just high quality football.
Want to know why?
And you get that extra day.
Want to know why they want to do that?
Because it takes up hockey and NBA Friday night.
Yeah, exactly. Because that's what I was going to say.
Which is funny because
that's their biggest nights.
Because they don't have a game on ESPN. They don't have a game on TNT.
just in the aspect of scheduling.
Yeah.
And like, who
I don't give a damn.
I'm like, we're competing whether they play on Monday nights or, whatever night they play Sunday games. And, it's just like,
so they can
cares?
eat into our stuff and we can eat into theirs?
Right. It's the most idiotic thing where Friday could be that buffer where you do not have to do anything where you're interfering with college football. Because college football has Saturday on lock.
Yeah.
Even though we do get a few Saturday playoff games, and
that's when bowl season, and you're watching the
Chick-fil-A bowl.
Yeah, like I don't give a damn. Like nobody cares about this game.
The Hoover vacuum bowl. Like get out of
the Tostitos bowl. Like I don't care. Like
right.
Watching Old Dominion play football, I don't care. I'm not watching this game. But that's in the playoffs, and that's fine. Like, and it's really not truly competing with anything, as opposed to when you're looking at throughout the regular season. I get that. Let's leave Saturday for college football. Let them have their day. Take over Friday night, because then you really lessen the chance for injuries on that Thursday night game, and you really open up the opportunity for better play on Friday. Those games will be better. There will be higher quality football.
Yeah, they can even get in cahoots with the NBA and be like, "Look, man, y'all can stand to play a few more games on Thursday." Throwing out, because I know that's a light day for whatever reason. I don't Tuesdays and Thursdays, but it is what it is.
Which is funny because they have a marquee like two games on Tuesdays.
Yeah, and that's it.
Is it just the 2 games, the 2 night games, the primetime games, which is weird. It's a weird day to have.
Monday is kind of a slow. They have a weird scheduling, but nevertheless, I agree with that. A Friday game would be. I think that giving players a little bit more time that week, where it could be a short week, but it ain't really a short week. Like, oh my God,
especially when you're playing a marquee game on Thursday, like Green Bay versus Arizona.
Exactly.
This is a massive game this week.
Oh no, but they're 2 competitive teams, and like so, there's no disadvantage outside of home field advantage. It's like, come on, look, every Thursday game, and I think they was on to something in the beginning, but then of course there was this rating thing. But the point of the rating thing was the injury aspect, and where we were seeing basically like London type games.
Yeah.
1-5, 0-6 teams. That is who should be playing on a short week. Hell,
what I think,
but
also
like
on the short week,
I shouldn't be seeing the Rams playing Tampa Bay on Thursday night on a short week.
Also the other one that I was like, oh God, like the way that they could make it better is to put the young guys like a Mac Jones or a Trevor Lawrence, like rookie marquee games. Yeah. Like guys like that on like teams that aren't competing for something. They can be very
strategic with their scheduling with these Thursday night games. No more. I mean, it's to be the same rule that you use for Monday night games. They're supposed to be marquee games outside of the Raiders always get a Monday night game in week 1 for some reason, no matter who they play.
Is that I've
like
I felt
contractually?
That way
yeah, no.
For some reason, but I never really never said it.
I said it to myself, and then I heard it was confirmed. I heard somebody on the radio talking about it. I was like, Oh, I was not imagining that. I'm like,
I thought I was
every
imagining
single year they play in that freaking second Monday night
even
game.
when going back to like 10 years ago, I remember them playing. It was like the Rams versus the Chargers, the Raiders versus the Chargers one week. I was like, "This is a divisional game week. What the hell is this?"
I don't know, but it's as solidified as the Jacksonville is out there going to the London games every year. You can almost you can lay down your money on this. Raiders will be playing week 1 on a Monday night game. Chris, who? My guess is it does not matter. They'll be there.
All right. Well, let's get to these game picks. Like I said, Green Bay is taking on Arizona this week. Arizona is at home, -6.5. I believe you get to go first this week and pick these game picks. You get to pick the odds. So,
okay. So, given me, I get the Thursday night game. I'm just going to sit here. Look, Cardinals, 100%. Packers.
Same.
I am refusing to see this nonsense, and I'm tired of watching Aaron Rodgers just skate on by somebody and just kind of just do just enough just to get by and move on. And after I'm done with his whole, he think he owns Chicago nonsense, and I don't know who the hell he was talking to. And I'm dude, you need to really, really look closely at your statistics this year and you're talking about for what you're talking about.
Let's be. I have to be fair. I do know what that was about. There was a Chicago. I don't know who the lady was, but she's in the very front row. And when he rolls out and he does the discount double check, the belt thing, and he does that with every rushing touchdown that he gets. I'm not mad at that. That's fine. But he literally looks up and looking at the stands, and there is literally just a wall of Bears fans just flipping the bird right to his face, saying, you can actually hear it on the replay. Mm-hmm. They're saying some absurd stuff. Like, the reason why you can't hear all of what Aaron Rodgers was saying is because they were bleeping out what the Bears fans were saying to him. So when he goes and does the I still own you stuff, I'm like, dude, I really wish that didn't come out because, like, I have respect for Aaron Rodgers. I hate the fact that he keeps beating us 22-5 against us since he's been there, and then it goes back even further with everything with Brett Favre. So it's just like Green Bay's had our numbers for years, but the funny thing is that even with that record, Chicago's has owned the series for so much of history that just recently in the last 4 years they have passed us in record. I think they're +7 now on the record in the all-time series. So the second Aaron Rodgers gets the hell out of town, Chicago's taking it back.
Yeah, we can get back to what y'all have not witnessed, and I was able to witness it in my childhood in the 80s. Mm-hmm. The Bears owned them in the 80s.
Yeah,
and then in the 90s it was kind of split. And then it just kind of went all from mid-90s on. It was just Packers.
Yeah. Brett Favre, and when you have two Hall of Fame quarterbacks in your history for the last 40 years.
Back-to-back era.
Yeah. I've known nothing but Hall of Fame quarterbacks in Green Bay. It's been a travesty for me. And the best quarterback I've had is Jay freaking Cutler. So, sucks. I didn't even get to witness Jim McMahon.
No, you didn't, which still doesn't get his credit. But moving on, I'm done with the outer world. They're never going to give that due, so it does not matter. Yeah. I'm not looking at it from a perspective of an outsider.
Jim McMahon, you always have a place in my heart for being to me, outside of Sid Luckman, the greatest.
I'm gonna throw it out there. He should be in the Hall of Fame. I'm just gonna.
I agree. I agree.
And people are like, I don't think so. I can give you a number of players that's on the bubble that shouldn't be necessarily in there, or could be argued they shouldn't even get in there anyway. You're gonna sit here and deny this dude, and this dude brought a title?
Yeah.
You can be like, oh, this was his defense. That dude, look at his damn numbers.
That's a whole other conversation.
You know what I'm saying? It's just what tunnel vision.
Yeah.
Just moving on. Let's go on.
San Francisco is going to be on the road against Chicago this week. The line is -3.5 with San Francisco coming into Soldier Field. I get to pick this one first. This could just be my Chicago bias. I'm taking Chicago in this game. I don't suspect them to have two offensive performances back to back the way that they've had. So,
I like your take. I need to catch up. So I'm going to take San Francisco. Just a strategic move. I am rooting for Chicago. I don't mind if I lose this one, but with that being said, I'm going to, this is a win-win for me. So
Gotcha.
moving on.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, so you get to pick the next one. Carolina is on the road to take on the Atlanta Falcons. Ooh, based off of recent records, this is going to suck. You get to pick this. I haven't picked this one yet, so I'm interested to see what take you have.
I took Atlanta.
Okay.
It ain't got much to do. I look, call it recency bias. I've seen enough last week to nope. Until you show me something different, I'm not picking you. Even over Atlanta. Atlanta at least showing me. Atlanta has shown that they have some life there. And I never said they didn't have any talent.
Yeah.
I just said they have a really bad franchise. And then, if it wasn't for the emergence of Cordell Patterson and Kyle Pitts playing the way he's playing,
Kyle Pitts
Mike Davis
insane.
is.
I'm glad Lance declined that trade offer for me. I'm so happy he's not on my roster right now.
Now you're stuck with this dude for the rest of the season, and good luck with that because
Oh, by the way, Lance, if you're listening, you have a trade offer out there. Hit me, Khalil Herbert.
I like how we've been blending fantasy stuff in this week. We're at that point now. Yeah. So I took Atlanta.
You know what? And I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna take Carolina. I know that they're the underdog and they're on the road. 5 straight games. I don't see Matt Rule dropping 5 straight.
This is how I get back into it. Right here. These kind of picks.
All right, I get the easy one here. Miami versus Buffalo. Buffalo minus 13.5. I mean, if you want to go straight up, minus 900, you got to put $900 down to win back 100. That's insane. Miami, you suck. I'm taking Buffalo.
Like I said, did you see my man's face at the end of the game? If that ain't motivation enough to see, for a team to be razor focused next week and make this game very interesting, I don't know what he is. With that, we taking Buffalo.
Are you taking Miami with the points though?
Heck no, taking Buffalo. They can't get Miami enough points. I said, did you see the coach? I didn't say nothing about the players.
Yeah,
The coach is fine. These players can't execute what he's putting out there.
No, they cannot.
And this defense is becoming very, very suspect right now. So they can't stop anybody.
All right. Well,
why the hell would they stop Buffalo?
We got Pittsburgh versus Cleveland as well here on Sunday. Cleveland is at home minus 3.5. I'm surprised that they're favored. That's insane.
This is a trap game.
For who?
Picking. But in general, if I had to say, it's for Cleveland.
I'm taking Cleveland in this game. I have no faith in Pittsburgh.
I understand that. Doesn't change what I said, but with that being said, I got Cleveland, but I'm not super confident about this one. I don't division Pittsburgh and division games. It's not one of those things you could just look at them and be like, oh my God, they're trash. Throw all that out the window. That's why and Cleveland is showing signs of that Cleveland team.
Yeah, they are.
Here and there. And I understand
but also
they
don't have Baker Mayfield.
Absolutely.
Apparently, Odell Beckham has 2 injured shoulders now, and he's opted to forego surgery on both of them.
Why he should go to Indianapolis to go along with my man's 2 injured ankles. I mean, it's just perfect.
Oh, no.
I can't run and I can't catch. Whatever. Yeah, match made in heaven.
God. Oh, Jesus.
I'm just hashtag Odell to Indy.
I'm on board. Any change of scenery for Odell right now would be great because he's sitting in purgatory on my roster. All right. Philadelphia is on the road to take on the Detroit Lions. Philadelphia is favored minus 3.5 against Detroit on the road. You get to pick.
I thought you would go pick first. Oh,
wait. I do pick first. Detroit. I'm taking Detroit.
I thought you would, and that's why I'm taking Philadelphia this time. And Philadelphia, you better come through this time because we went through this 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, no, Detroit's got to win one somewhere. They got to win one somewhere.
I said that, and I was like, nope, this is not the game. Not against Philadelphia. Philadelphia do not.
They're both super scrappy teams.
Don't embarrass me, Philadelphia. I'm telling you, don't embarrass me. Do not give a game back on some nonsense.
I can already tell next week on Sunday when this game is going on, your chest is going to be pounding just looking at this game, just like, oh my. And this is what makes it more fun to watch football when we're doing things like this.
Yeah, the game within the game.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I was, and that's the only reason why I'm kicking myself, because like I was sitting there like, oh god, this could be that game. And no, I'm taking Philadelphia, man. I'm not. You're not gonna get me.
Won't do it.
Won't do it.
Well, by the way, scheduling wise, this is what pisses me off, and this is back to fantasy.
Mhm.
But why, for the life of me, did we have 6 teams on bye last week, and all we have on bye this week is Vegas and Baltimore? You telling me you couldn't move 2 of those teams to this week?
I don't know what the balance aspect is. Like they have to have this one vicious week where just everybody's off, and then you're gonna get 4 teams, and then 2 teams, and it'd be like, what is that? You could have did that all
I
year
understand. The
long.
4 teams is what is the traditional 4 teams on bye.
I was gonna say, and then why does it like? I mean, we're at the point now. We got bye weeks in week 14. Like, bye weeks didn't go past week 11. Like,
I think they shortened it this year.
Shortened?
Oh no, it's in week 14.
But let me say this: they also used to
week
start,
14 is the last week.
but they also used to start bye weeks in week 4.
Yeah.
So I'm like, week 4, week 5, like what the hell?
I know
is
they
that
moved
about?
it back specifically because of that. They're like, okay, how the hell do I have a week 4 bye, and now I got to go on, what would that be, 13 games straight?
Basically.
Come on, let's fix that, and they did. And so now week 6 being the first week of a bye week is great.
So they make a 14th week bye, and guess what? They run 13 straight off before they get a week off. It's the same difference.
I think that's a little bit different, because going 13 weeks into your bye, I think, is a little bit easier, especially if you're a better team. You would want to have that later bye.
Most of the better teams have them.
Yeah, exactly. So you get that long run into it where you get to tune up all in that. You don't get to, how September is your bye week. It's still preseason for you anyway. Mm-hmm. So you still get those games to tune up and get ready to go. And then once you do need, you desperately need a break, a 1 week break to get some guys back, mm-hmm. Week 13 comes as a godsend for you. Like that, I think that's a great bye week to have. Now, sweet spot is like week 11, week 12 to me. Like you get to go on that 10 game streak or 11 game streak, and then you have a bye week. Week 13 is pushing it as far as it can possibly go. But mm-hmm. if you are like a contender, like a Tampa Bay, in Arizona right now, or what we thought was going to be Kansas City, but Buffalo and Baltimore right now, like if you're one of those teams, you'd be so happy to have that late bye week, just knowing that you can tune up before the playoffs.
True. I mean, it's tomato. I mean,
but I just think it's insane that you go from a six teams on bye to now only two teams on bye, and you put 2 of the marquee teams, Buffalo and Dallas, on the same bye week.
Oh, they got to screw up fantasy weeks. I mean, it's just
what is that?
That's what the point of it. They're going to screw these fantasy players up every single time.
And the Chargers.
And Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
People
Najee
on
Harris,
there. It's just Najee, Deontay John. I'm just saying. It's just like that's too many high profile players that's out at the same time.
Yeah.
Too many.
Yeah.
And it's very easily that you can have a cluster of them, Anyway, moving on.
Yeah.
It's inconsistent. I never understood how that worked. But it's just how they do it every year.
I know. And it's annoying. It pisses me off every year too. All right, Tennessee is going to take on Indianapolis this week. Indianapolis is at home, but Tennessee is favored -1.5. So you get to pick first.
Yeah, I have nothing on this. Oh, I don't like this. However, just to make it interesting, and the hell with it, I'm probably throwing something away. I'm taking Indy because I want to see them get back into this race.
You're throwing 0 things away. I'm taking Indy as well.
Cool. It's just overall, after that, I think they got a very impressive win in San Francisco, and I want to see them capitalize and continue to build on that.
I think that they're more desperate for wins right now, for sure. But also on top of that, granted, they had a very, very, very solid win against Buffalo. I don't think that the Tennessee versus Kansas City, it was impressive. You guys got that win and you won handedly. That defense really showed up, so that was something that's good to see. But Kansas City's been on this slide for multiple weeks right now.
Yeah.
So I could kind of see it coming. I just didn't want to believe it last week. But I just had I have to say that Tennessee win last week, as impressive as it was, didn't tell me too much about this team still being a contender or anything. I feel like the Buffalo win was more of a tell than the Kansas City win was.
I agree with that. I mean, granted, just to conclude it, I mean, I think that game was more about what was happening to Kansas City, not so much what's happening to Tennessee right now. So Tennessee,
Agreed.
you won the game you should have won. Leave it at that.
Yeah. I see a line right now that I never thought I would see. Cincinnati is going to be on the road versus the New York Jets. The line is Cincinnati minus 10.5.
Wow.
On the road. And the funny thing is, I don't disagree with it by any means. But it's just, I never thought I would ever see Cincinnati on the road with a favorite, double-digit favorite.
It is the anomaly of anomalies. So my question to you would be, would you take the Jets with the points?
Absolutely not. I'm taking Cincinnati and the points.
Gotcha. Chalk. Will not be taking the Jets. Anything with an NY next to it or anything.
Oh, God, yeah.
Same. No, thank you.
All right, last early window game on Sunday this week will be the LA Rams taking on the Houston Texans. This line is, again, another road team with a big minus 14.5 favorite, rightfully so. But, wow, there's a lot of road team favorites this week.
That could be interesting if you was to take the point. I'm like, in a bet, like, wow, I might just on a whim take the points and take Houston. On a bet. I'm just saying, because Houston ain't no tough out necessarily.
And the last time I said that was Buffalo versus Houston, and Houston lost by 40 points.
I know. And then there's that other Houston team.
I know.
And I'm like, okay, I don't want to get ahead of myself, but that's called, look, people, swinging for the fences right now. With that being said, I'm taking the Rams. You keep the points, take the point. I'm the Rams 100%.
Chalk. I mean, that's not even a question.
Exactly. I just thought it was an interesting component to bring up.
All right, I get to pick first on this one. New England versus the LA Chargers.
I like this matchup.
It is a good matchup. Chargers are at home, and they're minus 5.5. I'm taking the Chargers. They're at home. They've been playing well at home.
I mean, New England is flying high. 54 straight points. Are you serious? I'm just saying, Bill Belichick plays. I mean, he builds off. It ain't one of these anomaly type things. I think he's really on to something here with New England. Yet, I'm taking the Chargers.
I knew it. That whole runaround, I knew you were going Chargers. Jacksonville is on the road versus the Seattle Seahawks. This is going to be minus 3.5 for Seattle at home. Who do you got?
And another yawner, Seattle.
You have an opportunity to get back in it this week. I'm taking Jacksonville.
I thought about it, and I mean, and it makes sense. But then I said it was Jacksonville, and it didn't make as much sense. And I'm like, oh my God, I don't like this game.
With the statistics, Seattle has not been able to win at home, on top of the fact that Jacksonville is coming off the bye week, coming back home from London and a win. I just have to take Jacksonville in this game.
But in light of that, but Seattle is still at home.
They haven't won at home.
No.
They can't win at home.
Said that, you said everything you said, but they're at home. That's all I got. There's nothing. I don't feel confident picking either team.
Yeah. I agree.
I have nothing. Even when home field is not even home field advantage. It's just I have nothing else to go off of.
Yeah.
Just the fact that, man, it is freaking Jacksonville on the road. I don't like that. But if they was going to win a game, it would be this one. But hell, I think I'm going to get one of them back from one of these.
Hey, they already got a
games,
win.
So
they're just going to get a second one of the year.
I should get the other three anyway. So I'm just, hey, if I'm going to give up a Jacksonville, Seattle, I'll live with it.
Yeah. All right. Washington football team is taking on the Denver Broncos. The Broncos are at home, and they are -3 favorites.
This is a lose-lose.
This is a sucky game. This is going to be the worst game of the week.
I agree. That's what I was. Just,
You know, I wrote down Denver, but I'm taking the Washington football team. I'm doing it.
That's interesting because after last week, I'm out on Denver. I'm taking the football team. I can't do Denver right now. I'm sorry, y'all getting my man Teddy Bridgewater over there killed. And
Yeah.
I respect him. I like him. I like their offense. I like their team overall. But again, we have a problem with the coaching staff and the game and the game script and whatever y'all strategy. I don't know what y'all doing, but it ain't happening. And I think even a struggling, inconsistent Washington team can come in there and actually, you know, make quick work of Denver. Really, I'm not gonna say they're gonna blow them out. I just don't think this. I can't see this going back and forth for four quarters and like, oh my god, this went down to the wire.
Barn burner.
Right. I mean, and I said all that, and it ended up being exactly that. Somebody wins by 3 at the very end. You know, walk off field goal.
I just, even with the Washington football team's defensive woes, as we thought they were going to be a defensive juggernaut this year, I don't think Denver's offense can kind of keep pace with that, regardless. And on top of the fact, just Denver's as a whole just has not played up to their potential offensively or defensively, for that matter. They just keep getting beat, and doesn't matter whether they're home or away. They just gone on this real bad slide lately. So taking taking the football team. Not that I'm out on Denver. It's just I don't see where the wins are going to come from anymore.
No, it's very hard. If there was a game for them to win, it would be this one. But then same could have been said the last few weeks.
Yeah.
So it's just like got to take where I'm seeing. Yeah, it's just I can't. I'm just down on Denver. Is sputtering right now, and until they flatten out and change the course, I can't select them.
All right,
in good faith.
Tampa Bay is going to take on New Orleans in that midday window.
I can see this as being a sneaky upset.
New Orleans is at home.
I know, and that's what I'm saying.
And Tampa Bay is -5.
New Orleans is still that damn. Who
Jekyll
are
and
you
Hyde.
all? Right? And I just for safety purpose, I'm taking Tampa, but I would not be surprised if New Orleans took it to them.
And that is why I've taken the New Orleans Saints in this game.
Interesting.
I don't think that because I don't see Tampa sweeping the series. So New Orleans is at home. They're back at the Superdome. They haven't had many home games early in the year. I mean, they were supposed to have one week 1, and then they had one week 4, I think. And so I don't think they've had one since, especially with the bye week. So it's just like, this team they haven't been able to play at home. Oh no, they played the Giants. So they did have 2 home games.
They got 2. They 1-1.
Yeah. So at this point, I think the New Orleans is due for another win. And I think they are going to be in the mix. So I think they're going to get this win, and it's going to be kind of a race to the finish here. Not for the division. Tampa Bay is going to have this division on lock, but they can't win them all. So I think this is one of them that they may drop. Primetime games to wrap up the week. Dallas is going to be on the road versus Minnesota. Both of them coming off of bye weeks this week. I'm not even going to beat around the bush. Minnesota, not impressed so far this season by any means. I'm taking Dallas. Dallas's offense is way too good, and their defense has been playing above their weight. And Minnesota across the board has played maybe once or twice. That offense has gotten up to play a good game, but defensively they've been getting beaten areas. Offensively, they're not consistent enough to, I think, to get into the type of race that I think is going to be offensively to keep up with Dallas. I don't see Kirk Cousins being able to keep pace with Dak Prescott in this game.
Overall, I think I'm still warming up to this Dallas as being this balanced team just from last year. Like, what in the hell happened, and where did this defense come from?
Yeah.
But the fact that they're here, They're legit, and I'm still warming up to them. And Minnesota is a tough out, and they're at home. So I was kind of like, oh my gosh, what do I pick here? And this could go either way. But I got to go with the hotter team. Just because Minnesota had a week off, I don't think they're necessarily going to come out the gate on fire. I think they're going to come out in the first quarter. I think it's almost going to be kind of like the underdog fight. They just go try to throw everything they got at them in the first.
I mean,
first
Dallas
quarter.
was on bye week 2 this week, so I mean, they're both coming off of.
Yeah, but Dallas ain't struggling.
It's true.
They just kind of coasted into the.
I think I 5 straight wins.
Where's the Minnesota? Oh my god!
They're second place in the division.
3-3, okay.
Yeah, 500.
I know some teams, some people, they could be 4-2, 5-1. Yeah, they could be 2-5. 2-4.
Yeah,
1-5. It really.
You were only able to put up 7 points against an actual decent defense in Cleveland. Like,
well, look what we did with Arizona, Leah. Look what your defense did with Arizona.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's just they're what they are. They're gonna be that bubble team, and so I'm saying they're not a tough out, but I just think Dallas got their number, and I would like to see Dallas just make quick work of this team and just really just kind of like, okay, and let's get Zimmerman back on the hot seat.
Yeah,
guy who did not have on the list.
Well, I had him on the list before. These were new guys.
I'm saying, but
at
3-3, he ain't necessarily should, but it's.
I do think his has definitely calmed down since the beginning of the season.
I mean, they're on a 2-game win streak.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think that's the only saving grace right now.
Right now, yeah. But we wrap up the week with the New York Giants going on the road to take on the Kansas City Chiefs on Monday Night Football on ESPN. All the things. Primetime game. Giants coming off of a huge win. Kansas City coming off a demoralizing loss.
So
you get to pick first.
Wow. Question before I pick.
Right.
Is it possible that the Giants can hold Kansas City to 3 points again, like they held?
Is it possible?
Like they held Carolina to 3?
Absolutely not.
Okay, I'm just curious. I don't know. Maybe this is the turning of the tides for the Giants.
I think Tennessee actually has a respectable defense.
Look, when this is all said and done, the Giants is 1 game off pace from where the Chiefs are right now. Technically, they're 2-5.
They would be tied, and they would actually have the tiebreaker if they win this game.
Exactly. So it's not as far as it seems, people. But
let me be very
clear. I'm just up there throwing some really basic analytics out
by
here.
the way, it's a -10 for Kansas City.
I'll take the Giants with the points, but I'm not laying any bets. So I got Kansas City.
You're taking the points?
No, I said I would. No. I was just saying.
No. I'm saying like in general, like you. Okay.
Heck no. I told you before. I will not. It does not matter who the Giants are going against. I am taking the opposite of the other team, and
I know.
I only got the Giants once in 7 weeks.
Did
One
you?
time.
When did you get the Giants right?
Go back a couple weeks, like week 5 or week 4. One of those weeks, I got it right. And when it happened, I didn't even want to. It was such a no-brainer type thing.
I mean, you got the Giants losing versus Dallas in week 5.
Nah.
You picked the Giants?
Oh, and I picked them in. No, that's what I meant with that one. I just picked I picked the thing right. But
you picked the game right. Gotcha.
Right.
Okay.
No, I didn't pick them to win, and they actually won. No.
Wait, so you're telling me I have to take the Giants in this game?
You need to try to get back.
I have a 4-game lead. I'm fine. I'm taking Kansas City in this game.
Yeah, that's about to disappear this week.
You say that every single week.
Nah, that's about to really disappear this time. And look at the matchups. See, when we were doing the matchups, you was clean sweeping them. Now they got them at 500 now. Like
it was at 500 a couple weeks ago.
Hey, that's twice.
That continues to allow me to have a 4-game lead on you every single week.
Not this time.
Okay.
Now there's 5 games. So
what games do we have different?
Carolina versus Atlanta, San Francisco versus Chicago, Philadelphia versus Detroit, Jacksonville versus Seattle, and Tampa Bay versus New Orleans. I think I might run a parlay on this one. I'm just saying.
You think all of mine are that astronomical?
No, I don't think they're astronomical. I know that I understand why that we differ on these two, and I have wavered on it. But my point is, Well, I went with my choice, so I'm just saying I think my choice is going to win out. With that being said, I can see me being up 1 by next week and be like, wow. So what were you saying when I
I
ran
can
that
see you
parlay?
being down 9.
And if I'm down 9, then we're done. So it is what it is. But I just don't think that's gonna happen.
All right. Well,
Tampa
that is
Bay at
going
New
to
Orleans.
do it for today's show. Enjoy football this week, everybody. But yeah, definitely please leave a like and rate the show, comment. Let's have a discussion about things, please. Let's talk about it.
And
And
DCal, where's your comments?
yeah, go
Where you
follow
been?
us over there on Twitter at @the_square pod. We can definitely have a discussion there as well, and to see our full power rankings list as well. But that's going to do it for me in today's show. So catch you guys on the next one.
All right, y'all have a good night.